Today, I want to remind you of a powerful truth. Whatever has been taken from you, be it your peace, your dreams, your relationships, or your opportunities, the universe, God, has something far greater waiting for you. Not just a replacement, but a blessing beyond your current imagination. You see, loss often feels like an ending, but in reality, it is the universe's way of clearing the path for a new creation. When something leaves your life, space is created. Space that invites transformation, invites growth, and invites you to step into a version of yourself you have never known. The secret lies in how you respond to loss. You have within you an extraordinary power, the power to rewrite your story, to transcend old patterns, and to magnetize a future that reflects your highest potential. When you accept that what has been taken was simply making room, you stop clinging to the past and open your heart to what's next. Imagine your mind as a fertile field. The seeds you plant today, your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, they will grow into your reality tomorrow. If you remain focused on loss, you water those seeds with pain and limitation. But if you choose faith, hope, and gratitude, you cultivate a harvest of abundance and joy. God is not limited by what you have lost. God's creative intelligence is infinite, and when you align your energy with that divine source, you become a co-creator of miracles. You begin to attract experiences and blessings that are not just equal to what was lost, but far better, richer, and more aligned with your soul's purpose. This transformation requires a shift in consciousness. Let go of the story of lack and step into the truth of abundance. Feel it in your body now, the excitement, the peace, the certainty that your best is coming. Because God, the universe, the infinite intelligence that animates all life, is always working behind the scenes, orchestrating a greater plan for you. Trust the process. Embrace the unknown with an open heart. And know this: what was taken from you is simply preparing you to receive a blessing that surpasses your wildest dreams. You are not defined by what you have lost. You are defined by the limitless power within you to create, to heal, and to rise. God will give you better than what was taken, and that better is already on its way. Loss, in its very nature, is often perceived as an ending, a closing door that leaves us feeling empty, broken, or incomplete. But if we shift our perspective, we begin to see loss not as a dead end, but as a powerful catalyst for transformation and growth. When something or someone departs from our lives, it creates a unique space, a vacuum, that can no longer be ignored or filled by the familiar. This space, though uncomfortable at first, is essential. It invites us to pause, reflect, and reconsider who we are and where we want to go. It is in this emptiness that new possibilities begin to stir, like seeds waiting to sprout in fertile soil. The moment something is taken away, the old patterns, beliefs, and attachments tied to that loss begin to loosen their grip. This loosening creates an energetic shift within us, a chance to release what no longer serves us, and to prepare for something different, something greater. Growth happens precisely in these moments of uncertainty and discomfort because we are forced out of complacency. We start to look beyond what we had and open our awareness to what could be. This process requires courage, patience, and a willingness to let go of control. It challenges us to trust in the unknown and to cultivate a mindset that welcomes change rather than resists it. In this way, loss is not just a painful experience, but a sacred invitation to evolve. It signals that the universe is ready to birth a new chapter in our lives, one that expands our capacity, deepens our wisdom, and broadens our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. By embracing loss as the fertile ground for transformation, we align ourselves with the natural cycles of life and the unstoppable force of growth inherent in every human being. How we respond to loss is one of the most defining moments in our lives. Loss itself is neutral, neither good nor bad, it is simply an event. But the way we interpret and react to that event shapes everything that follows. When faced with loss, the mind can spiral into grief, anger, or fear, holding on tightly to what has been taken. This response often keeps us trapped in a cycle of pain and limitation. reinforcing a reality that feels heavy and impossible to move beyond. Yet within every loss lies an opportunity to consciously choose a different response that opens doors instead of closing them, that invites healing rather than stagnation. Our thoughts and emotions in the aftermath are not just fleeting feelings, they are the architects of our future experience. If we cultivate thoughts of hope, faith, and resilience, we begin to rewire our brain, creating new neural pathways that support growth and renewal. The emotional energy we feed becomes a magnetic force, drawing circumstances and people into our lives that resonate with our chosen state of being. This means that while loss may be a starting point, it does not determine the destination. By consciously shifting our mindset, we create a ripple effect that transforms not only our internal world, but the external reality as well. This transformation requires mindfulness and intentionality, a willingness to notice where our attention is focused and to redirect it toward possibilities rather than limitations. It is the difference between being a passive victim of circumstance and an active participant in our own healing and evolution. In this way, the power to shape what comes next rests squarely in our hands, fueled by the choices we make each moment in response to what life presents. Our thoughts and beliefs are not just abstract ideas floating in the mind, they are the fundamental building blocks of our reality. Every thought carries energy and intention, acting like seeds planted in the fertile ground of our consciousness. These seeds, given attention and emotion, begin to grow, shaping our perceptions, feelings, and ultimately the circumstances we experience in life. When we consistently think about limitations, loss, or fear, we nurture those seeds and allow them to take root, creating a landscape of scarcity and struggle. On the other hand, when we focus on possibilities, hope, and abundance, we cultivate a very different environment, one rich with potential and growth. Our beliefs serve as the lens through which we interpret every event. If we believe that we are powerless or that life is unfair, our experiences will often reflect that belief, reinforcing a cycle of helplessness. Conversely, when we hold empowering beliefs, that we have the ability to overcome challenges and attract good into our lives, we begin to notice opportunities and solutions where before there seemed to be none. This process is not simply wishful thinking. It is a deep energetic exchange that involves both the conscious and subconscious mind. The subconscious mind absorbs repeated thoughts and beliefs and translates them into patterns of behavior and emotional responses. These patterns, in turn, influence how we show up in the world and how others respond to us. Therefore, by consciously choosing the seeds we plant in our minds, we have the power to change not only how we feel internally, but also what we manifest externally. This is why developing awareness of our inner dialogue and belief systems is crucial for transformation. It empowers us to become gardeners of our own lives, tending carefully to the seeds that will bear the fruit we desire and uprooting those that no longer serve our highest good. Where we place our focus, whether on loss or on faith, has a profound impact on the energy we feed within ourselves and the reality we create. When attention is centered on loss, pain, or what has been taken away, it acts like watering a plant with poison instead of nourishment. The mind becomes a magnet for scarcity, limitation, and despair, reinforcing feelings of helplessness and lack. This focus narrows our perception, making it difficult to see possibilities or the hidden blessings that may be emerging beneath the surface. On the other hand, when we choose to focus on faith, hope, and gratitude, we shift the energy we carry in a powerful way. Faith is not blind optimism, but a deep knowing that beyond what is visible, something greater is unfolding. It is the conscious decision to believe in possibilities that have not yet materialized, trusting that the universe or God is working in our favor even when we cannot see the path clearly. Hope fuels perseverance and invites resilience, helping us to keep moving forward even in difficult times. Gratitude, meanwhile, rewires the brain to recognize abundance and blessings already present, creating a fertile ground for more good to flow in. By focusing on these positive states, we cultivate an internal environment that supports growth, healing, and expansion. Our energy shifts from contraction to expansion, from resistance to acceptance. This shift not only changes how we feel, but also how we act and the kinds of opportunities we attract. The quality of our focus determines the quality of our experience. In essence, what we choose to give our mental and emotional attention to is what grows stronger in our lives. Choosing faith and gratitude over loss and fear is a practice of consciously directing our energy toward abundance, opening doors to new possibilities and blessings that align with our highest good. Divine intelligence is limitless, boundless, and infinitely creative. It is not confined by human limitations or circumstances. When we experience loss, it can be easy to fall into the trap of believing that what was taken from us marks the edge of what is possible, that we are somehow diminished or capped in what we can receive. But this is a misconception. The source that governs all life is far greater than any individual experience or setback. It operates beyond time, space, and human understanding, always orchestrating a greater plan that we may not immediately perceive. This divine intelligence is constantly flowing through the fabric of existence, weaving together events, relationships, and opportunities in ways that serve our highest good, even if the path appears unclear or painful at first. It holds a creative power that can transform loss into a doorway for new blessings, often in forms we could never have imagined. Our limited human minds might struggle to see beyond the immediate absence, but the divine source sees the full picture, past, present, and future, and is always aligning circumstances to bring forth what is truly best for our growth and fulfillment. This means that what has been taken is not an end but a reset, a moment where infinite potential is reintroduced into our lives. When we surrender our attachment to the loss and open ourselves to trust this greater intelligence, we invite miracles, synchronicities, and breakthroughs that surpass our expectations. Recognizing that divine intelligence is infinite helps us release fear and scarcity and instead embrace a mindset of abundance and faith. It reminds us that our life is not controlled by what we have lost, but by the vast creative energy available to us at all times, ready to bring forth blessings far beyond what we have ever known or hoped for. When you align your energy with a higher power or divine source, you step into the role of a co-creator in your own life. This alignment is not about passive waiting or hoping for external forces to change your circumstances, but about actively tuning your thoughts, emotions, and intentions to a frequency that resonates with abundance, healing, and possibility. Energy follows attention, and when you consistently focus on elevated states such as gratitude, love, and faith, you raise your vibrational level, opening channels for creative forces to flow through you. This state of alignment transforms you from a reactive participant to a proactive creator, capable of attracting experiences and opportunities that mirror your inner reality. The process involves becoming deeply aware of your internal landscape, your beliefs, feelings, and mental patterns, and intentionally shifting them to reflect the life you desire. It requires commitment and practice, as old habits and doubts often resist change. But with persistence, you begin to notice synchronicities, new doors opening, and relationships evolving in ways that support your growth. This co-creative relationship with the divine means you are not alone in your journey. You are partnered with an infinite intelligence that is always working to bring forth the highest good for you. By choosing to align, you tap into a wellspring of wisdom, guidance, and power beyond what your individual mind can generate. This connection empowers you to heal from past wounds, release limiting beliefs, and move forward with clarity and confidence. The energy you emit becomes a magnet for positive transformation, attracting blessings that often exceed your original expectations. Ultimately, alignment is about embodying the truth that you are an active participant in the unfolding of your life story, working in harmony with a divine force that desires nothing more than your fullest expression and joy. Shifting from a scarcity mindset to one of abundance is a fundamental step in transforming your experience of life. Scarcity thinking is rooted in fear, limitation, and a sense of lack. It tells you there isn't enough, whether that's money, love, time, or opportunity, and it convinces you that what you want or need is out of reach. This mindset narrows your focus and creates a self-fulfilling prophecy where you unconsciously attract situations that reinforce lack. On the other hand, an abundance mindset opens you to possibility, generosity, and trust in the flow of life. It begins with recognizing that the universe is infinitely abundant and that you are inherently worthy of receiving good. This shift is not just about thinking positively, but about rewiring deep-seated beliefs and emotional patterns that shape your reality. When you embrace abundance, you start to see opportunities where before there were obstacles, and solutions where before there were problems. Your energy expands, and you naturally attract circumstances that reflect this expanded state. This does not mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. Rather, it means choosing to focus on what is possible and believing in your capacity to grow beyond current limitations. Cultivating an abundance mindset requires consistent practice through gratitude, visualization, and affirmations, as well as a willingness to release old stories of scarcity and fear. It invites you to trust in the creative intelligence of life and to understand that giving and receiving are part of an endless cycle that benefits all. When you fully embody this shift, your life begins to change in subtle and profound ways, opening pathways to greater joy, success, and fulfillment. This transformation is a key ingredient in attracting better experiences than what was lost, because it aligns your inner world with the limitless potential that surrounds you. Trusting the process and embracing uncertainty with an open heart is a profound act of courage and surrender. Life's journey is rarely linear or predictable, and loss often ushers in periods of unknown territory where familiar structures and certainties fall away. In these moments, the natural impulse is to resist, to grasp tightly to what was, or to seek control over what lies ahead. But true transformation requires releasing that need for control and instead cultivating a deep trust in the unfolding of life. Trusting the process means believing that even when you cannot see the full picture, there is a greater intelligence guiding your path. It means having faith that every experience, including pain and loss, serves a purpose in your growth and evolution. This trust does not come from blind optimism, but from a grounded understanding that life's challenges are often the gateways to your greatest breakthroughs. Embracing uncertainty with an open heart means welcoming the unknown without fear or resistance. It invites curiosity, openness, and a willingness to learn and adapt. Instead of shrinking away from discomfort, you face it with the confidence that you have within you the resilience and resources to navigate whatever arises. This openness allows new possibilities and insights to enter your awareness, which can be easily missed when the mind is closed or fixated on fear. Practicing this trust also softens your relationship with yourself, fostering patience and compassion as you move through the unknown. It's a daily choice to align with faith over fear, to see challenges as temporary and transformative rather than permanent and limiting. In this way, trusting the process and embracing uncertainty create a fertile ground for miracles and unexpected blessings to unfold, opening doors that would remain closed if you held on too tightly to the past or tried to control every outcome. What was taken from you is not simply a loss, but a preparation, a deliberate clearing of space for something far greater to enter your life. Often, when we experience loss, we become fixated on the absence and the pain it brings, believing that what was lost defines our present and future. Yet, this perspective limits our ability to see the deeper purpose behind that loss. The universe, or divine intelligence, has a way of orchestrating events to realign us with our highest potential. When something leaves your life, it signals an opportunity for growth and a call to step into a new chapter. This moment of preparation is essential because it invites you to let go of old attachments, outdated beliefs, and patterns that no longer serve you. It challenges you to release control and open yourself to a higher possibility that you may not yet fully understand. This process is often accompanied by inner work, reflection, healing, and realignment, allowing you to become more receptive to what is coming. The space left behind by what was taken becomes fertile ground for new blessings, opportunities, and relationships that are more aligned with your true purpose. Sometimes this newness arrives in unexpected forms, surpassing anything you had before in ways that are richer and more fulfilling. Recognizing that what was lost is preparation helps shift your mindset from one of scarcity and lack to one of hope and anticipation. It encourages patience and faith in the timing of life, trusting that you are being guided towards something better, even if the path is unclear. This understanding empowers you to move forward with confidence, knowing that the emptiness you feel is not permanent but a necessary step toward receiving the greater good that is already on its way. You are not defined by what you have lost, rather, your true identity lies in the limitless power within you to create, heal, and rise anew. Loss can feel like a heavy burden, a label that sticks to your story and clouds your sense of self. But beneath the surface of that pain, there is a wellspring of strength and potential waiting to be tapped. This power is not dependent on external circumstances. It is an intrinsic part of who you are as a conscious being. Every human has the capacity to transform adversity into growth, to rewrite old narratives, and to step into a version of themselves that is stronger, wiser, and more aligned with their highest purpose. Healing begins with the recognition that the past does not imprison you. It is simply a chapter in a much larger story. By choosing to focus on your innate ability to recover and evolve, you reclaim your agency and shift your energy from victimhood to empowerment. This shift requires a deep commitment to self-awareness, compassion, and intentional action. It involves observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing yourself to feel fully without becoming overwhelmed, and consciously directing your energy toward new possibilities. Rising anew means embracing change and uncertainty with courage, knowing that each step forward is a testament to your resilience. It is about creating new habits, beliefs, and environments that support your growth rather than limit it. When you tap into this internal power, you begin to attract experiences and relationships that reflect your transformed self. You become a magnet for opportunities that align with your renewed vision and purpose. Ultimately, your power to create, heal, and rise is a dynamic force that propels you beyond what was taken, guiding you toward a future filled with greater joy, meaning, and fulfillment.